You see how Tung Lee out there at 8 under par with this pack of chasers looming just 2 back. We just talked about Koepka. There's Tommy Fleetwood, Jason Day, Justin Rose. Matt, when you look at this dangerous half dozen that sit there close behind, and then you got a couple there at 5, which chaser intrigues you the most besides the aforementioned Brooks Koepka?
I'm absolutely amazed by Frenchman Mike LorenzoVera. He looks the picture of like a debonair Frenchman, but this 35-year-old's path to contention has been a bit more contentious than the image of solitude that he projects on the golf course. He has said he doesn't look like he's nervous. I'm paraphrasing, but he said, I absolutely am. He recently admitted that his path is known what he calls dark times, saying, I know all about the dark side, quoting, I really struggled in 2011, 12, and 13. I mean, big time. I finished almost last on the Challenge Tour in 2013. I had almost 400,000 euro in debt in France because of bad decisions, partying, and being very generous to everybody around me. I never looked at my bank balance, never. And then one day, the card stopped working, and I called the bank shouting at them, why isn't it working? Well, it's because you have no money, they said. Then I started trying to make cuts just to bring cash back in, but it was ridiculous. I mixed up my taxes as well. Believe me, I have made all the mistakes. So the curiosity herein so far, gents, is going to be, will he not make the mistakes that will be lethal in this major championship, or will we have one more story in the game of golf and in sports? That's about redemption. Yeah, that was very forthcoming, what he shared about some of these dark times. And oh, by the way, he's got a guy on the bag who has carried a man, at least the equipment, to a PGA Championship. Stephen Hale, affectionately known as Pepsi, with Keegan Bradley in 2011. Oh, by the way, It was at TPC Harding Park where Pepsi and Keegan got in that dust-up with Miguel Angel Jimenez. So that's a little wrinkle for the weekend. Tommy Fleetwood, guys, first of all, he's rocking a cardigan. The only advice I'd give to him is somebody who I think competently can handle putting a cardigan on, unbutton the bottom button. You got to do that, Tommy. But anyway, Tommy, when you look at what he's done, leaning on a strength, which is driving the golf ball, he's driven it very well. But if you go back to when he was the last line of defense last year with Shane Lowry, it was the putts that were makeable to really put white-hot heat on Shane Lowry that he did not make in the Open Championship. But he is making putts so far through 36 holes, and he put a little capper on his round. This putt had a lot of contour that he had to play through to make that. So he's got a second in an Open. He's got a second in a U.S. Open. He knows how to go low. That was 64. He shot 63 at Shinnecock in a final round. He is a very dangerous fella, I think, Jaime, heading into the weekend.
Yeah, you know, Gary, he's the one top player up there who's hitting a lot of fairways, too, which is rare. Yesterday, 12. That's something, you know, down the stretch. It'd be very nice to be playing from short grass. But I'm going to go with a revitalized Jason Day, who's always such an intriguing player. And he's become more intriguing, I think, since leaving his longtime coach and friend and surrogate father, Carl Swatton. I think they'll remain friends for life. But Jason felt the need to become more independent with his own golf swing. And there just does seem to be a little more freedom in it. And he's played very well these last 3 weeks at Workday, at Memorial, Memphis. So he's on a resurgence. For a long time, we wondered about Jason Day really even having the real enthusiasm about the game. He certainly was fragile physically, but could also be interpreted to be fragile emotionally. And he talked about that, saying, look, it's about time I got to just pull my pants up and move on here and quit feeling sorry for myself. So with this added toughness, it will be tested this weekend. But I do like the way he's played. His iron play has been a weakness, but he's third in proximity. He's third in greens hit in regulation. So those are very good signs that there's a little bit of a different Jason Day coming into this weekend. And we forget how good he was. I mean, he was number 1 in the world, had an overpowering game there where he was really rolling. If he's still got some of that left, I think he's the most dangerous guy on the board.
Jaime, Jason Day looks great right now. His golf swing looks tight. It looks efficient. It looks definitely like he's in control. And a player that is driving the ball long and in the fairway is Cameron Champ. He's leading the league in distance, and he's 19th in accuracy. That's a pretty dangerous combination. The kid from just up the road there in Sacramento, he won earlier in the season there in Napa on a wonderful golf course. But I like his chances this weekend. Certainly consistent ball striking, not awesome, but man, he is driving the ball beautifully. And if he can, turn, get a little bit hotter with his irons, get a little bit, get the ball a little bit closer to the hole with his irons after he's just driving the ball right down the gut on every single hole. I certainly like Cameron Champ's chances this weekend. He loves the area. We certainly know that. He's won there. He's an intriguing guy. I'm a big Cameron Champ fan, and it's going to be intriguing to see where all these great players go this week today. It'd be a great watch today.
Yeah, I think that Champ is, look, he's only played in a couple of major championships. He played in this championship last year, finished tied for 54th. It was interesting to me that he chose, I don't even know what he hit off the 16th tee, because he chose to lay up, what did we hit, 8-iron off the tee to lay up to about 110? I mean, that
he was between clubs.
But this is, again, this is interesting. This is a second round of a major championship, and he finds himself putting together a good round where their value of making pars. This is not to get to 20 under par. And back to Jason Day, I agree with you about the tightness of his golf swing right now. And if you look at him on the season, guys, he's 139th in greens hit in regulation. He is third through 36 holes, and he probably felt like he left a few out there yesterday. A lot of really good names on this leaderboard.